So I did something last week. I went into ChatGPT and asked best SEO tools for SaaS company, and it just answered 5 tools, clean list and reasons for each. No 10 blue links, no scrollings, no ads, simply a list that I can practically go through. And if your brand wasn't on this list, the person who is searching will never know that you exist. There's no page 2, there's nothing to scroll, you are simply just not in the conversation. And that is exactly what we are talking about today, how to be in that conversation. We will talk about how to get your brand mentioned in the AI search. Quick heads up, this video is sponsored by Semrush. I will get into their new Semrush one later in this video because it's directly relevant here. But regardless, everything that I'm talking about in this video actually works. Okay, so now let's talk about what is actually happening in the SEO world right now, because the numbers are insane. ChatGPT has 900 million users weekly, not monthly, weekly. Google AI overview answers are triggering on almost all the search queries. And AI referral traffic, it's up over by 527% year on year. But here's the number that should make you pay attention. AI search traffic converts around 14.8 Google organic. That is roughly about 2.8%. Not only the volume is growing, but the people who are going to come via AI are actually going to buy. And yet, only 22% of marketers are actually tracking if their brand is showing up on AI. Everyone else, they are just hoping for the best. Now you might be thinking that, okay, I probably rank well on Google. That means AI is going to pick me, right? The answer is not always. There used to be a lot of overlapping between Google results and AI citations, but that has dropped. Ranking number 1 on Google does not guarantee that ChatGPT or Perplexity is also going to mention you. They can actually pull from a complete different signal. McKinsey found that a brand's own websites make up only 5 to 10% of what AI actually references. The other 90%? Reddit threads, review sites, listicles, publication, and third-party content. So your website could be great, but AI could still skip your website because nobody else is talking about it in the place that actually matters. That's the shift. Now let's talk about what you can do about this. Okay, so there's no secret hack over here, and I want to be upfront about it because I see there's a lot of GEO and AEO advices floating around on the internet that overcomplicate this. Google actually put out an official document about AI SEO which states one thing very clear. Good SEO is still the foundation. Their AI features are built on the same quality and ranking systems. So if you are doing traditional SEO well, you are already halfway up there. But there are specific things that matters more than ever right now. So let me walk you through these things. The real foundation. Create content that is actually worth citing. I know this sounds very obvious, but hear me out. Google's guideline is very specific about this. They want what they call non-commodity content, not 7 tips for first-time home buyers. That's a commodity stuff. Everyone can write it. They want why we waived the inspection and saved money, first-hand experience, original data, and a perspective that you cannot just copy-paste from anywhere. And this makes total sense when you think about how AI actually works. These models are looking at tons of sources and deciding which one to surface. If your content says same thing as everyone else, why would AI even pick you? It wouldn't. It has practically no reason to. So the first move is to think and reflect about what you are actually creating. Does your content has original insights, proprietary data, and real experience? Or is it just a reorganized version of what is already out there? Be honest on this one because it matters the most now. Number 2, build your brand as a recognizable entity across the web. This is the big unlock that most people miss. AI doesn't look at your individual pages. It looks at whether your brand exists as a recognizable entity across trusted sources. Your brand name, what you do, who you serve, this should be consistent across all sources. This includes your website, LinkedIn, Crunchbase, and review platforms like G2, Captura, etc. When AI sees your brand confirmed across dozens of trusted and independent sources telling the same story, it gets confident. And confident AI recommends you. Uncertain AI skips you. And there's actually a data on this. Sites with real strong authority, we are talking about 32,000 plus referring domains, are about 3.5 times more likelier to get cited by ChatGPT. You obviously don't need that many to start showing up. But the principle is clear. Broad, consistent, and earned presence across web equals to AI confidence, which equals to more mentions. And I want to stress on the word earned here. Google's official guideline specifically calls this out that inauthentic mentions doesn't work. Their spam system can catch that stuff. What What works is building genuine brand presence, that is genuine PR, genuine reviews and real community. Not paying for fake placement or mass dropping your brand's name on Reddit threads. Number 3, earn third-party coverage the right way. So remember that McKinsey stat that I talked about saying that 90% of what AI references is third-party content. This means you need other people talking about your brand, but it has to be organic and earned. This means getting featured in a comparison article because your product genuinely deserves to be there. Earning press coverage because your content is genuinely press-worthy. Getting real reviews from real customers on the platform that matters in your industry. Another thing is being part of conversation on Reddit and Quora because you genuinely have expertise to contribute. The difference between whether this works or doesn't work depends on how genuine the mention is. AI systems are getting better every day in distinguishing between real authority versus fake. And Google has been explicit. Their quality and spam system feeds into these AI features. So don't think of this as how do I get my brand name mentioned on more pages. Instead, think of it as how do I become a brand that people will naturally reference to whenever they are talking about in this particular industry. Number 4, write clearly for your audience and AI benefits too. There's a lot of advices on the internet about how to structure your content for AI, like chunking content into a specific structure, adding a specific markup, or writing in a way that makes it easier for these models to extract answers. Google's official guideline actually pushbacks a little more on that. You don't need to chunk content, you don't need to add specific markup, you don't need to rewrite everything in Q&A format. Their AI system can actually understand the nuance across the page without the exact keyword match. So what does matter? It's writing clearly for humans. Organize your content in logical heading, make it well written and easy to follow. Use paragraphs and structure to help your readers navigate easily. If you do that well, AI naturally benefits because content that is clear for humans is also clear for machines. One stat that is worth knowing over here. A page ranking position 1 on Google has 58% chances of getting cited by AI. By position 10, it drops to 14%, which makes sense because Google's AI features are literally built around their core search engine ranking systems. Lastly, you have to actually track your progress. This is where a lot of people fail. They do the work, but they never track if it's actually working or not. You need to run your target prompts regularly and check if you are ranking or not, who else is ranking or who is ranking, and is it getting worse or better. Doing this manually across 50 queries and on 3 platforms can be tiring. I tried it and honestly it's a spreadsheet nightmare. This is where exactly Semrush 1 can be of excellent help. So Semrush 1, the reason why it's specifically relevant for this video is because it does exactly what I have explained so far, but without the spreadsheet nightmare. You know how I said that you need to track whether AI is mentioning you or not? Semrush 1 does exactly that. Let me walk you through some of the most important features that Semrush 1 has to offer. Number 1, AI visibility tracking. This one single dashboard shows you your AI score plus how your brand is getting mentioned across Google AI overviews and LLMs. You can see your brand is showing up for which queries or prompts and on which platforms. Instead of manually running the prompts and taking screenshot, you just see it. Now a part where I think most people are sleeping on is prompt monitoring. Semrush is tracking over 239 million prompts globally across LLMs. So you can see the actual prompt that people are typing into AI in your niche or industry. Think about it. You can actually see what people are typing on ChatGPT in your category and build a content around it that answers those queries directly. It's like keyword research but for AI, and almost nobody is doing yet, so it's wide open for you to experiment. And then there's a competitive side. You can compare your AI visibility against your competitors. Over here, you can see where exactly your competitors are getting mentioned and where you are missing out. This takes you from we should probably do something about AI to here are the 3 gaps that we need to close this month. And the site optimization piece flags technical issues that is blocking your visibility on both Google and AI. This includes crawl issues, content quality issues, and page experiences gap with actual fixes, not just a list of red flags that you should figure out by your own. What I like about this is that Semrush didn't build a separate AI tool that you need to pay extra to get these features. Instead, your SEO data and AI data sits together. You are not switching between tabs or juggling between multiple tools to figure out what is working and what is not. You can track your Google rankings and AI visibility in one tool called Semrush 1. This means you get all the features of Semrush Guru plan, but now with added AI visibility layer. And the best part, you can try Semrush One for free for 14 days to see how this tool is working for your brand. Click the link in the description to access your 14 days free trial and try experimenting with how this works across your brand. So here's where I'll leave this. AI search is not killing Google, so we can keep that aside for now, but it's changing how people decide on things. When people type on ChatGPT, what are the best tool for X, your competitors will show up. Your brand didn't get mentioned and you didn't lose the click. Instead, you lost the consideration. Think about it in this way. They didn't choose you over someone else. They didn't even know you exist in the first place. And every month, the gap between the brands that are working on this versus the brands that are not working on this is getting wider. If I was starting from zero today, I would run 5 of the most buyer intent queries on ChatGPT and Perplexity right now. Just see what it happens. Do I show up or who else is showing up instead? That will tell you exactly how urgent this is for you. Then you move towards focusing on the fundamentals. You can begin with creating content that is actually worth citing, that is creating content with real experience, original data, and genuine expertise. Build your brand's entity across web using real reviews, real PR, and real community participation. Keep doing solid traditional SEO because that is still what feeds the AI system. And setup tracking so you are not doing the guesswork. Semrush One or manual spreadsheet, whatever you choose to, just don't be the one that doesn't track this at all. And if this was helpful, hit the like button, subscribe to Demand Sage, and in the comments don't forget to tell me, did you check your AI visibility? Does AI mention your brand? What did you find? I would love to know. Lastly, Semrush One free trial link for 14 days free is mentioned in the description below. Thank you and I'll see you in the next video.